Hey guys, it's Pat Largo with Pat Largo's Comedians Uncorked, and as you know, I've been putting up some different interviews now on my Comedians Uncorked page on Facebook, as well as my Pat Largo YouTube channel. And finally, it took a pandemic for me to get a hold of this guy here. He does his never-ending world tour. We're going to talk about. He's from Washington D.C., and the guy literally is nonstop. Have you ever seen his vehicle that he drives in from show to show and city to city? It's something you will never forget. Mr. Patrick Garrity. Patrick, how are you?
What's up, Pat? How you doing, man?
It's great to see you, man. I know we've been having a lot of stuff going on here. Am I catching you in Arizona still?
Yeah, I'm still in Arizona. I just got done with my shows, my first shows for the first time since quarantine, like
Wow.
almost 3 months. Just did two shows Friday, two shows Saturday, laughs in Tucson. Really fun club.
And are they doing 50% capacity?
Yeah, so they just removed a lot of the tables.
Okay.
So yeah, so it was like 50% of the tables, but a lot of people showed up, man. Like pretty much it was packed out as much as it could be at 50% capacity.
Good. 50% capacity, 100% of the laughs. What do you think mask wise? Was a lot of the audience, what was it mandated or is it up to them to wear masks?
Nobody was wearing a mask. It wasn't mandated. The
Fuck
staff
yeah.
was. The staff was wearing a mask, but that was
Okay.
it.
Good, good. That's good to hear. I mean, I'm not anti-mask. I'm just saying that the whole audience did not wear a mask because, and just I assume that would also play on stage. It would mess with the laughter because it's a little bit muzzled,
Right,
you know.
for
So
sure.
that's awesome, man. Now, real quick, if because I haven't, that's one place I've never been out west is Arizona. How's the chicas out there? Pretty nice.
How's it what?
The chicas, the ladies.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's beautiful out here, man. Yeah, yeah. There's
Tucson representing. Okay.
yeah, beautiful women everywhere.
That's what I like to hear. Now, I talked before about the, and by the way, you said this is the first gig in about what, since March?
Yeah, like my very last gig was the first week of March. So that's
Mine too.
like it's nearly 3 months.
God, I know. Mine was in Lakeland at Union Hall on March 6th, and that's it, man.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm going through my own personal hell with Florida unemployment. So,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
what a pain in the ass, man. Now, schedule wise, we're taking some time off after the shows here in Phoenix. Are you going to stay out west doing some shows?
Well, I'm supposed to be doing Vegas coming up, but like they're reopening the city. But my buddy that books the club said that they might not be opening the club, so I might lose that gig. So hopefully, it like he said
Wow.
he's going to go to the panel next week to plead his case. He's like
Good.
restaurants are opening up, which is dumb. He's like that's where they like serve food. He's like at a comedy club. He's like that should be open too.
Well, that's the problem we're having in Florida. Strip clubs and regular bars, depending on percentage of food, are still closed. Beaches are open, regular restaurants are open, breweries, and like it's just a very weird area to like something. And you're right. The WalMarts and the grocery stores of the world have been open the whole entire time. So why can't I go to a strip club here in Tampa or a comedy club in Vegas? I don't seem to understand that rationale.
Yeah, I don't get it either, man.
Um, what about the Never Ending World Tour? When did that start? Because it's all over Facebook. Every time you post, I've posted. I've seen you here with it. When did that moniker start?
So I just kind of started calling my tour the Never Ending Tour uh, years ago. Like, God, man, let's say 11 years ago. This is my 11th year. Just because I didn't have a residence anywhere, like I'd have to like constantly like couch surf everywhere. So
Right.
I was just always on tour. So I just called it the Never Ending Tour. I was just like, all right, I don't stop touring like all year round. So people ask like, where do you live? I'm like, I don't. It just depends on what time of year it is what region of the country I'm in. So like December through February, I'm in Florida because I don't like driving through snow. And then
Right.
when March hits, I start hitting the Carolinas. Then late March, I'm in like Pennsylvania. And then when April hits, I start hitting the Midwest, like Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois. And then late March or late April, I'm in Missouri. And then May, I do Texas. And then June, I'm in the Southwest, like, New Mexico,
Uh-huh.
Arizona, Nevada. And then as soon as July hits, then I start heading up the northwest. And then I pretty much just do a lap around the country.
Yeah, and that's and I know the history of it because when I saw you at Snappers Comedy Club here in Palm Harbor, Florida, probably when you were here in February, I made it
Yep.
a point to go see you and say hi and sign your car, your vehicle, and we were talking about that. And this is good advice for people who want to be a comic and stuff down the road and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do my thing and I'm gonna live in be in 4-star hotels and stuff. No, no, you're gonna be like us. You're going to be like, and you're way funnier and do way more touring than I do, but you're going to be living in your car or knocking on people's doors going, hey, can I crash here for a couple of days? That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, but that's for me too. That's also one of the best parts about the comedy. One of my favorite things about this job is like you're never done making friends, and
Yeah.
and that I'm really lucky to have people that I can crash on their couches, and they do like allow me in their homes, and I've had so many people like they'll let me stay for like a week, and then I get a home cooked meal, and I'll buy some groceries and we hang out and like catch up, and it's on to the next one.
Dude, that's so awesome though. That is just
Yeah,
so awesome.
yeah, to live my life through the hospitality of like amazing people.
Yeah, well, and it's entertainment. I mean, they understand what you're doing. You're providing a service. You're an entertainer. You're a comedian. You're one of the most important people around, especially now between, let's see, pandemics, rioting, looting, and another unfortunate African American getting killed by a white police officer. Oh, in Florida, we got hurricane season starts tomorrow.
Hurricane season coming
I'm ready
up.
to go, man. I went to the store today. I got myself 2 bottles of wine, a nice big bottle of Captain Morgan, and a 24-pack. That should last me through the first tropical storm.
This is obviously not your first hurricane season.
No, man. No, I've been down here 40 years in Florida. So, I mean, I've only left, I think, once or twice when it was like really bearing down. And we had a couple of close calls in the last few years where if it just went a couple degrees here or there, we wouldn't be here talking right now.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. But well, that's cool. No, I'm so happy to see you, Pat Garrity. I tell people the PG, it's not his material. I got him rated X for extra funny because I saw you in Snappers. I know. I just thought of that because I'm a comedian.
Snappers is such a fun club too, man.
Isn't it? And they want to have you back, and they loved you, and the crowd loved you. And I loved it because it's a diverse crowd there. You get the regulars, but you have the people in their 20s and 30s doing date night and marriage night. Then you got the people like me, ornery around the 50 age, and then couples in their 60s and even 70s. You had the whole gamut going, and the material you do and how you do your stuff made everyone laugh constantly, and that's what I loved about it. So, yeah, man, no, it was a pleasure seeing you. So, what's going on with you being all over the place and driving all over the place? First off, if we can, I know I don't have a picture. I'll have to post it again on my Facebook page. Your vehicle is known for nothing but being inundated with autographs from people around the country, correct?
Right. Yeah. So it's just like, a lot of times, like if you're a celebrity, people are like, oh, let me get your autograph. Like, I'm not famous. So I thought it'd be cool if like I got the autographs of people that came to my shows, so they signed my car and it's just covered in signatures from everybody from everywhere I've been, and it's just like, and it kind of helps my Never Ending Tour become my brand. It's like my car is like a riding logo, it just goes all over the place. So like people that know me, if they see my car, they're like, I remember one time, because I post YouTube videos about my Never Ending Tour, and then somebody commented on one of my videos like, I just passed you on Highway 495, like, so like they either they follow me on YouTube and then they saw my car and they're like commenting on it, which is really cool,
That is dope. And then you let me sit in it before I signed it on the front part of the hood, which thank you very much for that. We sat in it. We were talking, doing some other extracurricular stuff. And then I said, look at this big signature. It looks familiar. And you said, that's Bert Kreischer right there. And tell that story when you pulled up next to his buzz.
Yeah, so my buddy, a very good buddy of mine, Dave Williamson, opens for Bert. And I was like, and he was in Nebraska, and I was like coming from, where was I coming from? I was coming from Colorado, and then I went up and passed through Nebraska because I was heading to Missouri. So I was like, oh, I'll just make a quick pit stop in Nebraska. It's like, yeah, you can meet Bert. I was like, dude, do you think he'd be cool to sign the car? He's like, I think he will be. And so I met Bert after a show in Nebraska. Super nice dude.
Yep.
I have a great picture of my car parked next to his huge tour bus. And I was like, because that's the finish line, man. You want to get man, it'd be so cool to get a tour bus covered in signatures, you know? So, but yeah, Bert was super cool, man. Like, you know, he took time to sign the car and hung out. And my buddy has like a barbecue grill on Bert's tour bus, and he was like grilling out for everybody. And there was this few select people that like, you know, were at Bert's show and just having me walk by the tour bus. And then we like all sat out in lawn chairs outside of his tour bus and just, you know, my buddy grilled some stuff, and you know, Bert talked to these people for God almost 2 hours. He was really approachable and nice and kind to
Wow.
everybody. Yeah.
Well, and that's awesome. See, it's good that you said that, because it's awesome to know that the superstars are cool, and that's any genre. It's comedy, it's acting, it's music, musicianship. I want to know that they're cool, you know, and just nice people. And he's from Tampa. He's a Tampa boy, so
Yeah.
he's pretty laid back and chill for the most part. I mean, he goes off a little bit brain wise, because that's how, like, you know, you are with a comic. You're shooting 18 different things at one time, and he gets a little off track sometimes, but a really cool cat. How about this? What are you looking at down the road for comedy? I know you're driving all over the country, but where do you see yourself in a few years, or like what kind of tours do you want to? If you had a magic wand to set up a tour starting in June of this year, what would you kind of want to do? Who would you want to be involved?
Well, so my idea for like my never ending tour, like I started a Patreon, and my idea is to get 100,000 subscribers on my Patreon. Everybody subscribing for $1. And then I'll do my never ending tour around the country like I've been doing for the last 11 years. However, each month I'll bring with me 3 different comedians on tour with me, and I'll pay each one of them 25 grand for that month. Because I could tell you, as a comic in this business for 19 years, it's not like every comedian is trying to be Eddie Murphy. Like, we just want to pay our bills.
Right.
You know, it's just like a lot of places, you know, we can't even get booked every week. You know, there's some weeks where I'll make, you know, $300 because I got 2 one-nighters and they each pay 150. So that's all I'm making for that week would be you know, and there's other weeks where I'll make nothing because a booker could get back to me because I'm not famous. And there's a lot of comics that are like me that are really talented and pay their dues and are very funny, but you know, there's only so many weeks a year. And then like there's so many comedians that could have had Netflix specials, but they just don't, because they have, you know, they don't have the right connections or whatever. So I want to be able to like pay each comic 25 grand. This is especially beneficial for those comedians that have families. You know, it's really like, I'm single. Like, I don't have any family. It's like, but I can't even take care of a goldfish right now, let alone have a child. Like, I can imagine how much more difficult my life would be if I had children. And there's comedians out there with kids. So I get them on tour, bring them on tour with me for a month, and then I pay them 25 grand. That way they can relax a little bit. You know, they can give them some breathing room, you know, where they don't have to like kill themselves the rest of the year trying to work clubs and casinos where they don't even turn their TVs off, you know, inside the showroom.
Right.
You know, they can go, oh, well, I got a good sum of money. Now I can chill. I don't have to, you know, they can spend more time with their family and relax, and, you know, and then each month I'll bring 3 different comedians. So like 33 comedians a year. What I would like to give, you know, 25 grand. Like, they, you know, comedians just want to work and pay their bills, man. That's it. And that's what I want to provide, you know. Like, we're all killing ourselves to get 5 minutes on a late show spot, and then you do 5 minutes of watered down material, and then nobody remembers your name. The Tonight Show isn't what it was like back in 1987, when they would boost your career because there was only 6 channels on TV, and half the population of the country was watching that particular channel at that particular time.
Yep.
You know?
It's a dope idea. I do accept your invitation, because if the only prerequisite is knocking up a chick, I mean, I got that covered. Okay.
Right.
This is Florida. They're pretty girls, and I make sure I don't burn because I use Neutrogena Age Shield SPF of 110. If you want to be fly, make sure you don't fry.
That's nice, man.
But yeah, man, no, I'll totally knock a chick up, get a kid, man, and I'll do it because I got.
You don't have that. I'm saying it just be, you know, more beneficial for people with families. Right. You know,
you're right.
Yeah, you don't have, like, it'll be for comedians like me too that don't have kids, but just as long as you're funny and cool and like, and you're a killer comic, you know.
Right.
Like,
that's cool.
Like, it's like, how do you put together a killer show? Well, it's easy. Just put all killers on the show. Right. And after 19 years in this business, I know who the killers are.
Yeah.
Like, I know who you know, who can wreck it, you know?
No, it's good. No, I know you do. That's the thing. We're touring around, and that's okay because I'm more into anal, so I never get pregnant. But listen, here's the deal, and that's true. Now, and well, that's what I do with Comedians Uncorked on a smaller scale of what you're talking about. What in the Tampa Bay area? I started this a couple of years ago in 2018. I was out of work. I mean, out of work. This is before I started Comedians Uncorked. I had nothing going on, and all of a sudden I said, let's try this. And I did everything in reverse. I was able to book comics because I knew comedians, but I had no name, no merchandise, no venues. And then I kind of got it going. And I love doing that as an extra platform, once or twice a month for anyone, especially Florida, not just Tampa Bay area. I'm going to have comedians from Orlando. I've had one coming in from the East Coast of Florida by the Space Coast, Miami, any Florida comic. And I have usually 2 headliners do about 30 minutes each. We do about a 90-minute show, and it's perfect. So the next time you get around here, if we can work it out, maybe on an off night or something like that,
I would love to.
I would be honored, man. We have so much fun. And I know you're busy. I know you got things going on, so I'll be brief here. Let everyone know your social media. How can people get a hold of Patrick Garrity?
Okay, so I have different handles for different social medias. For Twitter, it's at PGRoadDog, PGRoaddog, and on Instagram, it's Garrity Grams, GarrityGramz, Garrity Grams on Instagram, and then Facebook's just my name. You can follow me on my fan page, Patrick Garrity, Garrity. That's it.
Okay, cool. And we'll post those too. I'll put this on my my Comedians Uncorked Facebook page. And also all my other videos, folks, is including my Comedians Uncorked or on my Pat Largo YouTube page. Hey, real quick in closing, I just thought about this talking about YouTube. Have you heard about Rogan going Spotify in a few months?
Yeah.
Is that the way? Because I mean, I know he's already got the dope show going on. He's already banking, and it's amazing. But I'm hearing that with YouTube doing some stuff of what they're doing, maybe censoring, pulling videos, like this might be the way. I don't know.
Right, and I just wonder if he's doing Spotify, so is that going to take away like his video platform? Isn't Spotify just audio?
What did he say? Because I saw this on one of his a pre-video disclaimer. What did he say about it? If it's going to be strictly, are they strictly audio?
That's what I thought. So I don't know if because it's kind of fun having to be able to watch the interviews and stuff.
Well, yeah, of course. Now, I know he said it's still going to be free. Boy, that's a good question now, Dan. I got to go back and think about that and see what's going on because, I love watching Rogan. That's what I love seeing, Rogan and whoever guests he has with him.
Because then sometimes they have his buddy Jamie pull stuff up that they're talking about, visual,
Exactly. They're always right. All the information. That's a good question right there. That's a good question because I would like to know. It's more visual, and that's what you want. Radio or podcasting is great, but I love the video podcast too, man. Yeah. But well, listen, wherever you're going next, man, all the best to you. Good health, stay healthy, and whatever we can do for you down here, we'd love to see you next time. And keep posting on Facebook. I always share your stuff.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Pat.
Of course. It's my pleasure, man. On Comedians Uncorked and, of course, comediansuncorked.com. And Patrick Garrity, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate it, man.
My pleasure.